Hello, this is a 1986 Honda GL1200 Goldwing SEI. Little history lesson. In 1985, Honda came out with the Limited, which was the fuel-injected 1200, and it was about 10,000 bucks. And they said, you know, best bike ever, whatever. And they sold about 5 limited editions, sold about 5,000 of them. And then a year later they came out with this, and I believe this was only about $6,000, $6,500. So it was a lot cheaper, and actually it's pretty much the same bike with a different paint job. So this is an 86, it's done about 85,000 miles, and it rides absolutely fucking beautifully. It has a lot of chrome extras on it. It has chrome timing belt covers, it has chrome valve covers, it has a chrome caliper covers, it has a front chrome bumper, it has stainless fork shrouds, it has a chrome fender cover, it has the chrome trims on the mirrors, it has the chrome front pieces here, it has the chrome headlight thing, it's got chrome covers on the brake cylinders, the master cylinders, and on all the suspension and radio controls there. It has these little things, little winglet things, and I only found out what they were there for today, because basically you tilt them about this way, the air comes in here and then blows right into your knees, and it's very pleasant. Has a custom king and queen seat with a passenger backrest. This also, a model always has this, also has a CB. Goldwings with 2 antennas have CBs. Goldwings with 1 antenna just have a radio. Has the chrome bumper on the bottom as well. Let's see, say driver floorboards. Has the CB radio there, CB controls and suspension leveling controls are up on the side here. Suspension leveling seems to be a bit erratic. Cruise control worked this morning on the way out, did not work this afternoon on the way back. Has this travel computer, which is quite interesting. Tells you MPG and fuel temperature, oil temperature and stuff like that. But this is a really nice bike to ride. I'd say I got it for a really good price, and I'm going to sell it to somebody else for, again, a really good price. Well, let's be clear on this, a really good price for me, but it'll still be a good price for them as well. I was going to put it up for 3,500 bucks and see what bikes we get. But this is just about as nice a riding Goldwing as I've been on 1200. Interesting enough, after the 1200, Honda went back to carburation for the 1500, and I don't know why that was. I mean, the fuel injection system on these works. Anything that's still running now will probably last forever. I'm sure that they did have some issues. It also has things like linked brakes. Well, most 1200s do. So the rear brake paddle controls one of the front calipers, and in fact it's easy. It's opposite corners. So the brake rotor, the rear brake, is on the left hand side, and it also controls the front brake on the right hand side. So say this is a very nice bike. And I would not hesitate to take this on a very long journey. I've had a couple of these actually, and both times I've had these I've sold them whole because I've got good deals on them, and they've run so well. And this does say runs beautifully well. I've got chrome radiator guard, chrome saddlebag trims, chrome what's that, trunk trim and everything. They have a surprising amount of room inside them. I mean, you can easily get 2 full face helmets in the trunk there, and then the saddlebags are handy too. So I took a 1200 up to Alaska a couple of years ago. It wasn't one of these, it was just an Aspencade, but I mean, it just performed flawlessly all the way, to the point where it's actually, you could say it's a little bit boring to ride. So that's it anyway. Funnily enough, if you look at Blue Book prices on the 86 SEI and the 85 Limited, they're not as high as for the normally carbureted Aspencades, and I don't know why that would be. I can only guess that, you know, people think these are trouble. I guess they can be, but you have the ECU on the back, and I think it's on this side here. You've got some LEDs and there's codes, so whatever's on and flashing, if everything's good, I think it's one green LED, and then whatever's on and flashing, there's a decoder. You can find it easily enough on the internet, and it'll tell you what the issue was, and it's usually something like the throttle position sensor or the crank position sensor. The crank position sensor you can't get from Honda anymore, but you do find them occasionally. I ask 150 bucks when I have them. And then also the other thing you can't get from Honda anymore is the speedo sensor down here, that little black box behind the forks there. So they go for about 150 bucks. So I think somebody makes some like Wing Leader or some, not Wing Leader, I can't remember, Saber Cycle make a spurious one, which I guess does the job. So Anyway, say overall a very nice bike. Just rode around it today and I liked it. Does about 40 mpg. Just this is a particularly nice example. It also has progressive suspension, which makes a lot of difference as well. So I'll leave you with a nice side shot of this bad boy, and I'm going to sell it for, I'm asking 3,500 bucks. I will trade. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'll trade for a fucking KLR 650. Did I just say that? I must have done. See ya.